Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, March 12. Government has announced a ban on all public gatherings for the next 14 days as it works to ensure there is no community spread of COVID-19 in the country. During an emergency press conference yesterday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced that there would be no permits issued for public gatherings over the next 14 days, and those that had already been granted would be revoked.
However, that is just a part of the problem. There are still private entities, businesses that are having meetings, weddings and funerals and Sunday morning church service. We're asking the public, and this is where responsibility comes in, personal responsibility. In these gatherings and events, we ask that you follow the protocols that have been established for personal care and hygiene.
The Prime Minister's announcement followed confirmation that the country recorded its second imported case of COVID-19 on Wednesday. In another move to limit the spread of the novel coronavirus, government is actively reviewing travel restrictions for the United Kingdom. This as both of Jamaica's cases were imported by persons traveling from the UK. In the meantime, persons who arrived in the island on flight BA 2263 on March 4 are being asked to get in contact with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Persons may call the ministry toll-free at 888-1-LOVE, that's 888-663-5683. This is part of government's attempts to trace all persons who might have been in contact with the first person who tested positive to prevent or mitigate community spread of the virus.
We, by virtue of the flight manifest, we will be seeking to make contact. Now we know that not all information given could be accurate. Some people may have made a mistake in their address and we can't reach out to them or find them. So it is important that they self-identify.
In addition, the Prime Minister has also reiterated that there will be no non-essential travel for government officials. He adds that direct special measures will be enforced to retrieve information from persons coming in the island from countries that are highly affected by COVID-19. Minister of Transport and Mining Robert Montego is urging the operators of public transport vehicles to employ some prescribed safety practices to protect themselves, their families, and their passengers. The minister met with members of the National Council of Taxi Associations on Tuesday to discuss these measures. Coming out of those discussions, operators are encouraged to employ the following practices in their day-to-day movements of people and goods. Sanitize door handles and window controls after each trip, wear gloves and other personal protective gear, frequently wash hands thoroughly with soap and water, and have an alcohol-based hand sanitizer on hand at all times. Other measures include encouraging passengers to cover nose and mouths when coughing and sneezing, allowing proper ventilation in vehicles, limiting physical contact with the public, and carrying spray sanitizers, disinfecting wipes, and other disinfectants within the vehicle. Operators are also urged to stay home if they are sick. Minister Montego says it is important for operators and commuters to be vigilant, as public transportation has the potential to be one of the major sources for transfer of the virus. He is discouraging non-essential travel. In the meantime, this year's staging of the ISA Boys and Girls Athletic Championships has been cancelled as a safety measure to ensure there is no community spread of COVID-19. The decision was taken yesterday following a meeting involving officials from the Intersecondary School Sports Association, the Ministry of Health, and title sponsor Grace Kennedy. At the same time, a decision was also taken that Jamaican schools will not be participating in this year's staging of the Penn Relays track and field competition in the United States.
The formula for defeating this virus in the shortest possible time is to reduce the risk of human-to-human transmission. That's really what it's about. So the more you congregate, the more you spread. The less you congregate, the harder it is for the virus to spread.
Penn Relays is the largest relay meet in the world, and the three-day event annually draws over 15,000 athletes and 110,000 spectators. And finally, in other news, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is seeking the public's assistance in locating 22-year-old Jasmine Dean, who has been missing since February 27. The visually impaired Dean is a student of the University of the West Indies Mona campus.
I am personally hurt by this. To think that something terrible could have befallen her, and we pray to God that that is not the case. We hope that some mercy could reach the hearts of those who have her in their captive, if that is the case, to release her. The entire Jamaica is praying for her safe return.
Jasmine Dean was last seen in Papine St. Andrew, dressed in blue jeans and a white blouse. Dean is of brown complexion, slim build, and about 4 feet 6 inches tall. Anyone knowing of her whereabouts is being asked to contact 119 or the nearest police station. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.